Gang-Plank Galleon is the #1 most popular piece of music in the entirety of a Smash Bros. Ultimate. But why? Hey, what's up? My name is Alex. I'm a music producer and I like to analyze video game music here on this channel. Many times you guys ask me if you can request specific soundtracks for me to analyze, and I get so many requests that the only way in which I can reply to them is by having a request thread over at Patreon, specifically for the amazing people who support this channel. This month's request thread was won by Gang-Plank Galleon, which is the reason why we're reviewing it. If it was for me, I wouldn't talk about this track because I freaking hate to fight against King K. Rool, so I have a bad connotation with this one. I'm curious about why it's so popular, so let's listen to it again. I mean, it's like the track basically answered my question right away, just with the first few seconds. It's very rich and full of expression because of that trumpet. Sounds kind of like a mariachi music, and what I like the most is like this. That thing right there is called a trill, is when you fluctuate between two notes very quickly. That happens a lot in big band music, like in The Incredibles, and it gives a lot of color to the track. Like, I'm hearing so many things. There's like one, but you also have some woodwinds doing, and then underneath that you have these like marching snare drums. This is an instrumentation that is clearly used by marching bands. It has a very different sound from many other Smash Bros. Tracks, because I cannot think of other tracks where you have a marching band sort of orchestra. Do you hear the bass that's slapping underneath? Like, yeah, I mean, it's really cool. Wow. Right here, we have so many things happening. The bass and the drums, they are bringing a lot of energy to the table. And also, in terms of energy, the way this ends, you have the tempo literally speeding up. It's a faster and faster. It's pretty cool. Like, this effect that it creates. It's like hype intensifies and it gets even crazier. It was crazy from the beginning, but with the tempo changes like that, that's pretty cool. And then you have this. Oh, yeah, I forgot this part. Yeah, this funk is hell. Whoa. I mean, that bass line is like speaks for itself, I think this was the again, this was Ace, the composers for Xenoblade Chronicles and Xenoblade Chronicles Torna, and the Smash Bros. Remix of Beneath the Mask. What they do with bass lines is always freaking amazing, and like this groovy. That's what Ace do all the time. Like those composers, they like to add these feels everywhere. Cool thing about their music is that they don't want any single second to sound boring. So even in a moment of like silence, where there will be silence or there will be like a rest in the music, they add some instrument feels, to make it sound cooler. So I suppose this track has a lot of that, but it appears in those other tracks too. So the one thing that I think is like unique about this one is that the trumpet is kind of, very dominant. It sounds like a mariachi marching band or a marching band of mariachis. Like it's a two very distinctive styles that kind of blend into one, and it sounds very good actually. And I was sort of, that's funny. What's driving this part is what's underneath the main melody. Like, you have an ensemble of lower trumpets and trombones as along with the bass doing something like this. I freaking love the ending of the bass. It kind of makes it loop in a very beautiful way. Like, you obviously barely hear that in the song because the trumpets are screaming so high. Trumpets are like these annoying kids that scream so freaking high, and that's the only thing you can hear, even though there's like loads of people talking in the same room. That's how I see trumpets in the orchestra. No offense to trumpets. Obviously, that can give trumpets a very important role in an orchestration or in a song. They can carry the melody forwards like nothing else does. That's probably another reason why this song is so loved, because the main melody is just in your face. This is my favorite part. I think it might be because of the chord progression playing underneath the main melody. It does something like this. It's kind of dark, but not really. Bit interesting. And Z major here. That's probably not 100% correct. I couldn't understand exactly what was going on because of trumpets, but if we translate this to orchestra, this overall sound makes you understand what I mean when I say this sounds interesting. It sounds quite dark, and I kept pretty much the same notes and same chord progression as much as I could discern. But yeah, that happens a lot in video game music. You might have a very positive and cheerful melody, and then underneath that's like Satan hidden in there, which is probably what makes this track so cool, and that's surely what makes this my favorite part. This absolutely reminds me of the absurd coolness of a band called Infected Mushroom, the vocals of Infected Mushroom. If you guys want to check out what I mean, listen to Becoming Insane, Infected Mushroom, or Artillery, Infected Mushroom. Modulation, repeating the melody from before. And there's a, like, okay, this is another cool thing. Obviously, this is Ace, so underneath all of that, they had to hide the guitar solo. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but really pay attention. It's playing on the, like, right speaker. Yeah, that's actually... What? Okay, how many modulations are we gonna have? What the hell? So this track plays with all the devices it can use to make the hype and the craziness rise, you know? That final modulation there, I did not expect it. That's probably why people say, oh, the trumpeter must be going crazy. Yeah, I agree with that now. Pretty interesting track, I would say. In my opinion, the coolest part is the one in the middle where the chord progression goes a bit crazy. But I have to say, this doesn't come close to being my favorite Smash Brothers Ultimate track. This is my favorite Smash Brothers Ultimate track. I mean, what are we talking about? Check out the bass. Like, those 15 seconds alone beat like most of the things I heard in video game music. Maybe one day I'm gonna analyze this masterpiece. The video will be much longer than this, I think, because there's so much to say. But hey, you guys asked me for my take on Gang-Plank Galleon. You have it. Thank you guys for watching the video. I will see you in the next one. If you want to request any track for me to break down, you can do so over at Patreon, which is also where you can support this channel. You can help me into making more of these videos for you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.